All right, everybody. It is Saturday. This is October 12th. And if you're seeing this on YouTube, you're too late. But this is a VOD. This is where you can catch up. I've got my usual suspects in-house here. I think we've got a couple dozen friends hanging out here on the social media and here on Twitch. And we're going to listen to a bunch of music. Kind of a combo between some donos and Wheel of Cheese. And if I'm feeling it, I might even take a little bit of time and try to attack some Soma, since I'm trying to get, you know, into that Halloween thing. There's a part of me that says I should do it at nighttime when all I have is one little light on me. It's all, you know, dark behind me, but I don't know. I'll make that call a little later. But, so anyhow, I just want to welcome everybody to it. Let's just get going on here. Once again, if this is your first time here, Wheel of Cheese form, you can just put that exclamation point. What is it, guys? Which one is to get the form? Exclamation point what? I forgot what it is. Somebody will pop it up there at the bottom, though, for me and save me. Request, thank you. Exclamation point request. Thank you so much, guys. Cycloid and chaotic old boar. All right, we're going to just start here. I'm just firing away. There it is, Mason Gator. Thank you so much. Let's just go ahead and start with DJ Tambor. Oh, thank you very much for that generous dono, DJ Tambor. We're going to be starting with a game. And this game, some of the gaming music is, let's see. By the way, I did say this earlier before I started recording, but one of the coolest things happened. I just did a Lena Raines track of a game that really hasn't been released yet, as a matter of fact. And then I posted the cut out on the RPG's Music Arcade, and Lena Raines actually piped in really quick and left a message. Because I was ranting and raving over her bass arrangement. And she came in and said hi. I'm pretty stoked about that. So I mahaled her and I pinned the comment if you want to check it out. All right, so this one coming into DJ Tambor. The name of the game is Trails Through Daybreak 2. And the song is Hard Boiled Shortcake. Boof. That theater of the mind foodie, like hard-boiled food cake, whatever, I'm stopping. Composed by Shantu Koguchi, this track plays in the main character's office room due to said character being someone who works odd jobs for a living, and the office is like a main hub world where he takes requests from people for him to fulfill. All right, guys, let's do this from DJ Tambor. Let's go. I don't know why Stevie Wonder just came to mind. Super funk. That trumpet, very mellow melody there. That there are 3 keyboard parts, clave, electric piano, and the organ. Changes. What a great way to start the stream. Very fun, very hopeful, very funky. Obviously, it feels like he's playing everything, this composer. There's a muted guitar pattern in the back. Can you hear it? little wah wah on the wah baby doo wah. Was that a little bit of a key change there? It kind of got me there. Yeah, DJ Tambor, obviously without a doubt, listening to some of the chord changes and the phrasings and his melody and stuff like that, jazz seems to be an easy teaspoon of honey for him, you know. But it does sound like he played all the instruments, and only because as a composer with barely that much of his talent, I know that sometimes when I'm writing things, I have this challenge going, well, wait a minute, there should be one keyboard part and stuff like that. But at times I end up having to do a piano, an organ, an EP, or maybe a stacked piano sound there. And the phrasing, though, actually the phrasing of the trumpet was really nice and mellow. So that was not a live trumpet. At least it didn't sound like it. I don't know. I'm just going to lean into it, that it wasn't a live trumpet. A couple things, you can kind of the vibrato and just kind of the sound and stuff. But it doesn't matter. His phrasings were fantastic. And that is what good composers are about, you know, is knowing the instrument that they might have to play while they're writing music and knowing how to phrase it and how it would be played, you know, with that kind of knowledge. It was kind of a sexy, funky kind of vibe. And this is was this a game though? I don't know if this was off of a game perhaps, or maybe it was off of an anime. I think it's looking more anime. Oh, it is a game. Oh, okay. God, there's so many games out there. Ugh, I don't know. Hey, Magatine. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Hey, DJ, thank you so much. And that was a very kind dono. Hey, Orenai, look, I seen you. I see you pop up right there. So I see you. I see you. I just seen you. I see you. But you'll be up in just in a little bit. Next up, the driver. 458. How are you? We're going to be doing a band. First. This band is called Camo and Krooked, featuring Mira Kovacs. And this one is called No Way Out. And the message is, Camo and Krooked are a DJ duo known for their heavy-hitting and speaker-rattling tracks. So when they release an alternative version of one of their tracks to exclude all percussion instruments, they answered a question no one asked. What happens when you have a drum and a bass without the drums? Okay. Well, the driver, let's find out together. Let's go.
I was certain. You see, there is no other way.
Nice swell up on that synth, really dark. Oh my God, that's such an old school, great bass sound in the back.
We don't know each other well, but I don't need to know you to tell that you're at least as insecure as I am, and I can tell you don't want me to know that you're the one who's struggling.
A little bit of an Alanis Morissette phrasing. Kind of bizarre how they let her kind of like fall behind on the mix there when the instruments started loading up. I don't know if that's me or what. Oh, so now I get what you're saying, driver. As far as pulling out all the percussion. Very interesting.
And I can tell you don't want me to know that you're the one who's struggling. You don't want anybody to know your biggest weak spot is being real. Your biggest fear.
See how she gets buried right there in the mix?
can tell you don't want me to know that. I don't know you, but
Trippy.
I feel you. I don't know you.
But do you notice, even though there's no percussion there, we pick up on the rhythm fairly fast based on the arrangements. Even when it spaces out like this, we're still thinking. You know that the driver, you're right. What makes this really super cool, and when I think about it, when I kind of like am like exporting stems, part of my job as a composer when I write for music libraries is that the publishers want the full mix, and then they want another mix without the melody instrument. Then they want another mix minus the piano, and then they want another mix where it's just drums and bass. And occasionally I'll export a mix without any percussion, without any intent like this to put it out, you know, obviously. But there is something really truly unique to actually stripping away what we all consider as listeners as the core percussive, you know, driver of 99% of our tracks, which is going to be some kind of sequence, some kind of percussive, be it sound design, lo-fi, drums, and whatever the case is. And it gives it a very interesting approach. And like I said earlier, though, what I want to do, excuse me. Oh, I'll tell you that in a second, modern gamer. What it does do is that, like I said earlier, inherently, we, even though we're not hearing a beat, we lock in from here. You know, even if you're thinking you can't dance, you don't got any rhythm or anything, it doesn't matter. That the percussive angle of the arrangements without the drums and stuff still gets you to pop in here. So, you know, that was a great angle on the listen. Hey, Snake, what's going on? Oh, thank you for coming in and hanging out. I know. I'm sorry I didn't let you guys know. But yeah, Snake's going to lurk. He's going to watch my back. Thank you, Snake. I hope you're doing well. But the modern gamer asked me a quick question about what I had said earlier about how the publishers ask for the stems and all these reduced mixes, is because there's a couple things I have to do as a library composer, production composer, and then I've been doing this since the late 80s. So it's very obvious. Back in the day, it was called a needle drop, a laser drop. Now it's just called stock music. Anyhow, I get an order. Like right now, I've got an order to do 20 tracks before the end of the year. I get an order. Those tracks in full length are about 2 minutes to 2:30. Then from that track, I have to cut a 30 and a 60 so that promo production teams, commercials and stuff like that, when they find something, they can drag something that's going to be a perfect 30, which is a commercial, or a 60, which is a commercial. But the retro gamer was asking on why my publishers ask me for separate stems. We call it the -1, is pretty obvious, is because if I have a melody going in there, even though it's very low in the mix, sometimes they just want the tracks without a melody. And then sometimes they just want to have a track, let's just say with bass and stuff. So what happens is I turn in this piece of music, and let's say I call it Skippy Doodle Doo at 120 beats per minute in the key of C. Okay, not editors are going to get that well into it, but they want that information so that they can cut and match throughout my track different mixes. They know it's at 120, they know it's in the key of C and everything, and then they can say, ooh, I want to start open with this little section here that's just the bass in that. So it's just like how we might do cutting and pasting stuff in music, excuse me, and putting it together. The only thing that always makes me a little sus sometimes is I'm exporting also instrument at a time. So here's my percussion, here's my this, here's my synths, here's my strings, here's my guitar work, here's my bass, and on separate things. And sometimes that's a little, like, you know, there's that one little part of me that conspiracy theory going, oh, what are they doing over there? Are they reassembling parts there and then making original claims of works with it? Because that makes it really difficult, right? So I don't know. Anyhow, I hope that was a good enough answer for you. That's just my life for over 40 years. It's just that's the methodology of that whole thing. So Okay, let's go to the next one. Scan visor. Scan visor used in the house. Is you be in the house? Scan visor would like us to hear the artist Faithless, and the song is called Insomnia. I'm feeling that. Last night I had a little insomnia myself. Let's go. Trippy intro. A little bit of a Pink Floyd influence.
And here we are. 3:30 in the morning. I can't get no sleep.
Sounds like this is going to have a house grind to it. Could be wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, the house trip hop acid, kind of ravey though, no? Or is that adjacent? Like to come onto a gummy bear. You know? Slowly getting to the point. I mean, like Sour Patch, you know, the salty taste, you know, that's what I'm talking about. Fun little delay on there.
I never cease. I never cease. I never cease. I never cease.
Trippy track. Maybe this is a GHB rave. Good for the October season. It's got a little bit of that dark synth Halloween vibes. trippy. This isn't something that I know not to say and ever expect anything. But these longer breathing breaks without percussion and a little bit of, the synth ambient stuff going on there. Precarious emotion there with that note. Makes you feel a little uneasy.
Yeah, I only smoke weed when I need to, and I need to get some rest. Yo, where's the cess? I confess, I burned a hole in the mattress. Yes, it was me.
He smokes the weed, he burned the hole in the mattress.
And at the count of 3, I pull back the duvet, make my way to the refrigerator. One dry potato inside, no lie, not even bread. Jam, when the light above my head went bam. I can't see, something's all over me. Greasy,
almost like Beck wrote those lyrics.
Please release me and let me dream about making mad love on the heath. Tearing off tights with my teeth, but there's no relief. I'm wide awake in my kitchen. It's black and I'm lonely. Oh, if I could only get some sleep. Creaky noises make my skin creep. I need to get some sleep. I can't get no sleep.
Yeah, those chordal stabs, Snake. That melody. This is what it's like when you have insomnia. It's always something that repeats in your head, to keep you going to sleep. It dawned on me when I started listening to him talk or do his performance where he was, talking in rhythm, somewhat slam poetry-ish and stuff like that. And, when he was saying, he had to get off his bed, he just wanted to roll out. It was funny where he said he unraveled the duvet. Like, maybe you fall asleep sometimes, you just grab whatever and try to pull it over because you're cold. I don't know how many of you guys have ever done that. You wake up and you got like clothing covering you because your blanket slipped off or whatever. And then funny for a second, he said he goes off to the refrigerator and he got not even a dried potato was there. But what was great about that creatively is that when that was going on, the bass line that was back there minus any percussion, but there was still a percussive bass line holding, a rhythm. There is that kind of pseudo-numbing, nauseating vibe when you have insomnia and you're laying there and no matter how hard you try, there's, it could be like a low-res kind of, and what I said earlier too, it doesn't take a lot to slip an insomnia in the sense that there's, from what I know from my life, two kinds of insomnia. something's going down, something's keeping me up, something happened at a job or whatever the case is, it's playing itself in the head. Or lately for me, especially when I started playing video games, the kind of insomnia, I think I got my first insomnia, like video game insomnia playing Minecraft. Because I was up, and when I first tried it a couple of years ago, and all of a sudden, in my dreams, you know, there was Minecraft blocks and stuff going on in there, and I couldn't like knock it out of my head and stuff like that. But this is that kind of track. It was very well done, like artist-wise, like mirroring the real life imagination of what insomnia means to this guy. Well done, if I do say so myself. Oranai, I see you, and we go. Oh my God, look at how many donos came in. Ugh, yeah. Oranai is going to come in, and we are going to be doing a song called The Bed Song, and this is Amanda Palmer and the Grand Theft Orchestra. And this sounds really super cool. Okay, let's see what we got here, Oranai, and I hope you're doing well. And thank you for turning in those 40,000 points. From Insomnia to The Bed Song. Mm-hmm.
Exhibit A, we are friends in a sleeping bag, splitting the heat. We have one filthy pillow to share, and your lips are in my hair. Someone upstairs has a rat that we laughed at, and people are drinking and singing bad Scarborough Fair on a ukulele tear. Exhibit B, well, we found an apartment. It's not much to look at, a futon on a floor, torn off desktop for a door.
The track with the video is fantastic. I love it.
Decor's made of milk crates and duct tape, and if we have sex, they can hear us through the floor. But we don't do that anymore. And I lay there wondering, what is the matter? Is this a matter of worse or of better? You took the blanket, so I took the bedsheet. But I would have held you if you'd only let me.
Great storytelling. Love at its finest.
Exhibit C, look how quaint and how quiet and private.
Yes, total waltz
architects
judgment.
bought us a condo in town. It's the nicest flat around. You picked a mattress and had it delivered, and I walked upstairs, and the sight of it made my heart pound, and I wrapped my arms around me, and I stood there wondering, what is the matter? Is this a matter of worse or of better? You walked right past me and straightened the covers, but I would still love you if you wanted a lover. And you said all the money in the world won't buy a bed so big and wide.
Wow, what a story.
Guarantee that you won't access touch me in the night.
Nice miking on the piano. You know if you know.
Exhibit D, now we're both mostly paralyzed. Don't know how long we've been lying here in fear. Too afraid to even feel. I find my glasses and you turn the light out. Roll off on your side like you've rolled away for years. Holding back those
Wow, what a song, man.
I still don't ask you, what is the matter? Is this a matter of worse or of better? You take the heart failure, I'll take the cancer. I've long stopped wondering why you don't answer. Exhibit E, you can certainly see how fulfilling a life from the cost and size of stone of our final resting home.
Ah, but the bed is gone
We
now.
got some nice ones right under a cherry tree. You and me lying the only way we know. Side by side and still and cold. And I finally ask you, what was the matter? Was it a matter of worse or of better? You stretch your arms out and finally face me. You say, I would have told you if you'd only asked me. If you'd only asked me. If you'd only asked me.
Orenai, that was absolutely beautiful. I had or didn't want to say anything during that. Let me stop at a better part of the video here while I talk this out here. There we go. That was the whole poetic vibe to that, as far as aligning a story around the bed, if you would, a trajectory of a relationship from the finish to the end, and all the disjointed things that happened there. I fully agree with you, Cobweb Poet. That style of performance, and the melody, I think, also yielding that disjointed kind of vibe is also yielding the power to the lyric. You know, whereas anybody who's lived for a long period of time with somebody, you know, that, you know, relationships are just as disjointed, especially when, you know, I think in the messaging in this, there's some of that, like, you know, I wish you would have shared more with me about certain things. Musically, the piano, a very dry piano sound, I think that too also lends itself to the vibe. You know, a very dry piano room sound, didn't have much of any ambiance behind it, not even like a room tone or anything to it. If so, just a little bit of an early reflection. And then obviously just the waltz, kind of the sad waltz of it too, made it just as powerful as well, you know, because it touched on every single little bit of emotion, like a sad waltz and the whole story with the bed and aging and the whole thing. I thought that was great. I thought that was fantastic. Love this. Love what we do here. That's what we do here. Do. Okay, let's see here. Stand by for a second. I got to refresh my data. And give me a second. Oh my goodness, look at how many donos I got. 500,000 donos. Okay, next up, excuse me, let me, hey, Double A's in the house. I saw you sneak in, Double A. I know you've been doing so many things. You've got a lot on your plate and stuff. But welcome back. I'm glad you can pop in for a minute, that you got a hall pass to come and hang out and listen to some music. Miss you here, you know. Everybody's been popping in except where's Double A? Where's Double A? He's busy. So good to see you here. So yeah, that's me saying welcome back, bro. So Double A, okay, he's bringing in our first bit of metal here into the house. And let's see what we got here. We are going to, it's metal with some jazzy metal. It's called Freak Chicken. Freak Kitchen is the name of the band, and the song is Teargas Jazz. You're always coming in with that stuff. Oh, it's not super heavy, but it's super Double A. Anytime you drop something in here, we just don't know, what we're in for here, but on a very proggy kind of way. Let's go.
On a video camera. Can you turn on some light? Can you turn on some light so I see the people? Yes, very good. Show me your hands. Jelly, jelly, jelly.
Oh.
Jelly, jelly, jelly. Jelly, jelly, jelly. 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 Jelly.
Yeah, I'm kicking distortion. I can hear it. We're good. Guitar tone, so throaty. Big meter shifts going on in here.
As pragmatic Vikings, we kept a low profile. The mad were mad, as only mad can be.
It's like writing a story about like one of his tour stops or something.
Music and check out the vivid scenery.
Very Meshuggah-ish. Oh, God, I love this with the cut time. They shorten their meter as they move forward. It's great. God, that infusion of the India percussive arrangement world. You said that earlier, Double A. Clever. Dory's what? Tandoori Stains. Good. Thank you, Cairo. God, there's such an influence of the India influence in there. Letting us off the hook slowly, so the barb doesn't get stuck in the lip. What a trippy track, Double A. There's no two ways about it. I mean, well, the first thing is that riff. The riff salad definitely had. Meshuggah is the root of all riff evil. With how they established a lot of things. They were, they're the most predominant band to fall back on when you hear a lot of meter shifting, a unique circle of meters that make up what we just heard. The driving force to that all of that actually is a hi-hat. You hear me talk about it all the time, holding down the eighth notes while stuff's going. It sounded to me like they were having some fun going from 7/8 to 5/8 to 6/8 to they were, and then shortening it down to maybe just a 2-bar phrase of 2/2 or something like that. Kind of doing this little tick 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 tick, to circle back and everything. Sounded like the track was maybe just written on the fly in the sense, or lyrically, like whatever experience that was traveling to India to do that performance. And also seeing the influence, not only hearing the influence, but since I don't know anything about Freak Kitchen, if this song in the video is based on a journey to India for the tour, or are those musicians that were playing some of the India percussions and that instrument and stuff, are they part of the band, or were they there and said, "Hey guys, let's do this metal track. I got a great idea." But very Double A proggy. That's what we should call it, Double A proggy. Does that make good sense for Double A? Because he always brings in stuff that makes, actually, most of the stuff that Double A that you bring in, it makes me not say too much until the end. Because there's never enough time. Just when I think I want to say something new explodes in my face. So, that's the, it does chronicle their adventures. This is 2005. I could tell by the Dave Mustaine hair and face look of the lead singer. But anyhow, thanks, Double A, for coming in. It's also good to see you too, buddy. We need to circle in and do a mod meeting and just catch up and talk story and have a little catch up there. So I hope you're doing well. I hope the family's all well. I hope the job is okay as well. Let me see here. Okay, next up. Let me see who I got going on here. Next up, I have. Let's. Oops, I pressed the wrong button. Derek W. Coma. Well, might as well stay on the metal vibe, huh, Derek? So Derek's in the house, and I think Derek, is this your first time in coming in here and hanging out with us? Let's see what we got here. Name of this track is called. Oh, wait a second. The Warning is the name of the band, and the song is called Enter Sandman. Is that a cover? Oh, this is Warring's cover of Enter Sandman, which they made for Metallica's Blacklist album with Alyssa Cara. In this live performance, it is their 10th anniversary concert. However, it is with a string arrangement and without Alyssa. Okay, Alyssa. Oh no, I'm sorry. Wait. I grabbed the wrong one. That's Magatine. Sorry, don't worry, Magatine. No. I made boo-boo. Stand by. But yours is coming soon, Magatine. My bad. But no, just hang in there. Because I wouldn't be on brand if I didn't F up somewhere, right, guys? But don't worry, Magatini or Magatine. You're saved. You're there. I didn't dilute it. Okay, now I've got one from Derek W. Coma. This one is called Allt, is the name of the band. The song is called Echoes. And so he says, if I already heard this, if I haven't, here we go. So let's do this. All right. I'm sorry, I fully blew that. No worries. Here we go. Oh, already pulling in that drift of the ambient ethereal vibe. That long ass echo, a reverb on the guitar. Great engineering on the voice. Leading into a little Linkin Park vibe. What a great sound. What a just throat-cutting wall of sound. Drive that bass. Listen to the subtlety and the uniqueness of the hi-hat. Bass player just driving those eighths. Ooh. Jeez. It's like a dark and dirtier Devin Townsend wall of sound there. Jeez. A little bit of a synth bass back there going on. God's sakes. As ballsy as it gets, without a doubt. A couple things. Judgment had brought it up, and I was thinking about it. One of the things that I've heard lately in engineering when it comes to vocalists just doing the full pig shrieking, ripping, tearing vocals and stuff like that is that there's like a new position in mixes that it's been kind of taking and blending into to make it, I think, just even that much more approachable. The power of it's still there, but in the mix, it really sinks itself in with the, the wall of, like the wall of sound. That of itself, as a performer, that is a wall of sound when you're, doing that. But in the sense that usually they're surrounded by this other wall of sound that has some really big stereo dynamics. So you can take that vocalist and sink him down in the pocket a little more, and still is very evident in the mix, but it's not so much in your face that it overpowers the darkness of the guitars and stuff. Bass player was staying really flush to this thing, a lot of eighth notes, kind of driving it through, kind of like the Michael Anthony style of just keeping that drive and that grind going. I love the whole ambient thing of it. They opened it with the clean guitars to kind of get you. It kind of butters it up a little bit for you to take a right in the neck when they start hitting you with the heavier stuff. And then those two times, I don't know what that term is. I've heard Nick Nocturnal say this a few times, is where that's like, instead of solos, like bands now go into something called a breakdown or the break or something like that. Like it's like cut time, it's like a double cut time where it gets very, oh, it is breakdown. Okay, Megatine. So that's what I didn't. Yeah, so I was a little confused about if that was it, but two of them in there, I thought the mix also was extraordinary. I was talking about this too, right? A couple streams ago, about the changing landscape of engineering and stuff like that, just by virtue of just we're moving up, we're moving through, the industry, and that stuff's going to change. Though at times it can sound a little overly too sculpted, the EQs. It can sound kind of sterile. It can sound a little lifeless. Not this band. I'm not applying what I'm saying to that. I'm just talking about the new movement of engineering that's been happening. It could lean into that. But at least here, and what we do here, we listen to a couple of great tracks like this, and then, we transition to so many different types of metal and rock and stuff, So that was great, Double A. I know you had to dip out, but thank you so much for bringing... No, that wasn't Double A. I'm sorry. That was Megatine. Oh, my gosh. I'm sorry. Brain fart. Megatine. Sorry. It's okay. I'm old. I've surrendered, guys. I've completely surrendered. But Megaton, thank you so much for that. That was a sick track. Oh, next one is yours, right? Oh my God, Derek. It's Derek's track. Oh, I should just leave the stream now before I get myself in trouble with something. Oh my God. All right, it's okay. Drugs are bad. Okay, now I'm going to be coming in with Megatine's track. Okay. Ugh. The older I get, the better I was. Now I know what we're doing. So this one is the band called The Warning, and this is the Warning's version of Enter Sandman, as I had mentioned earlier. So here we go. Nice with the strings, all right. I was about to say quintetish, small section. God, look at all those cell phones.
Take my hand. Take
love that everybody's singing.
Say your prayers, little one. Don't forget, my son, to include everyone. Tuck you in, warm within, keep you free from sin till the ceremony comes. Sleep with one eye open, gripping your pillow tight. Eggs in line, and tonight, take my hand. We're out to never, never let.
Wow, what a great cover.
Out to never, never let.
This is how you make a cover your own.
We're out to never, never let. Something's wrong, shut the lights. Heavy thoughts tonight, and the honest know why. Chase the wolves, chase the lies, chase the dragon's fire, and the things I will buy. Sleep with one eye open, gripping your pillow tight.
God, they crush.
Hands in line, and tonight, take my hand. We're up to never, never end. Now I lay me down to sleep. Pray the Lord my soul to keep. If I die before I wake, pray the Lord my soul to take. Hush, little baby, don't say a word, and never mind that noise you heard. It's just the beast under your bed, in your closet, in your head. Hush, little baby, don't say a word.
Everything is really connected in this cover.
That noise you heard. It's just the beast under your bed, in your closet, in your head.
It's like an ELO Edgar winner
Don't say
approach. I don't know if that pulls, but
it's just the beast under your bed, in your closet, in your head. Till I
nice strings.
take my hand. We're up to never, never end. We're up to never, never end.
God, it sounds so good. Man, the first thing I got to say is how incredibly insane that sounded. The engineering, it's a three-piece band, if I'm correct, right? Drums, bass, guitar. And they just have that down wired, all the bands like that, definitely that have three-piece, performances have to have a very unique sound and way to power through it all. The sound is just phenomenal. The balance of the strings coming in and out. Once again, I'm going to hedge a guess that maybe that was mixed in post afterwards, after this. Everything's original. I mean, meaning that's the live stage performance, but maybe that was a mix out that came, after the files got to a recording studio. Love the string approach on that whole thing. And when I say that everything was really connected, it was just a complete tie. Like a music tie. You got notes, but then you'll see this big woo, all the way through and through. It was a complete glide. And even when the guitar player, when she chunks, you know, they were connected chunks. That sounds weird. But they were connected chunks all the way through and through. They did a freaking amazing job. Sounded fantastic. And I'll bet that Metallica was absolutely blown away at that rendition. It sounded fantastic. And they made it their own. That's what's even more outstanding about it. The way they approached it, they really made it their own. So that's kind of the scary thing about doing a cover. Excuse me. Okay. Lacrimosa, how are you? What are you doing today? Is it hot in your neck of the woods, or did it calm down a little bit? I think last time I talked to you it was like 105, right? Lacrimosa wants us to do a little bit of, we're just going to stay on some progressive, medley progressive. I have done some music from this band. Thank you so much, Lacrimosa, as well. Very kind of your donation. I definitely appreciate that. We're going to be listening to, you guys ever heard of a band called Gavin Dance? So this one is a song called Evaporate, the Tree City Sessions. I'm going to read this message. This is a link to the full set, but it should start at the proper song. I chose the live mix of this, even though the mix is a bit muddy, because I think it's important to hear the instrumentation. I can't agree with you more. There's just something always extra whenever you can watch people play that in your mind you can make up for maybe certain things that maybe the engineering or something might be a little less than. But once again, Lacrimosa, let's go. Mm-hmm. Oh, I love that voice.
Couldn't turn me into a coward. Whatever history that you wrote blew away in the wind on your way down from your ivory tower.
A little bit of a Polyphia vibe there. Call answer dynamics in bands like this is just so insane. I know Judgment, that bass is so nosy. It rolled off the 30 and the 50 on the bass, but I love it. He reminds me of the singer from Yes, actually. Nice turn. We'll do it again. That's great. Drummer's crushing.
affliction will melt away. And when the flame burns brighter,
I love his attitude, that guitar player.
evaporate. You always see right through my masquerade.
A little delay on the bass there.
I know there's nowhere to hide. I'm cellophane. All of the
Like he stomped the delay.
will melt away. And when the flame burns hotter,
Nice fill.
you should've listened to your friends. You would have been well in this fight.
What a dichotomy in that vocal performance between the two of them.
What excuses do you make?
Ooh, the drummers just smoked them up. Okay, that was just as badass of a performance as I've ever seen in live. That duality between that super heady, clean head voice, you know, that falsetto that the one singer has, but it sounds like he's connected a little bit to his chest, you know, if you know what I'm talking about. So it doesn't sound like it's just all airy head, you know, head voice. There seems to be a little bit of a connection here, you know, with like a chest voice or something, and some of that kind of remind me of Chris Squire. Was that the guy from Yes? Ugh. I hope I'm not making a bozo mistake there. But the dichotomy between him going back and forth with the other singer that was doing the growling and stuff, once again, it's that duality that you know, many different bands actually do that now. But then there's bands that actually have singers that can do both, but not at the same time, obviously. The ending here, when they're singing together, performing together, what I find is like just epic down to the last note for me on that was, now they're both going at it. He's singing a melody. The other singer is performing this, you know, slam, this ripped up, shredded voice slam poetry. But the last note, they landed on a note together. And I will say, though, that the guy that was doing the ripped vocals, the shredded vocals, actually sounded like he was ripping on a pedaled note. So it wasn't just arbitrary, just growl and shredding. It almost sounded like there was a tone in there. And that pedaled note, you know, if you know, that's a note that, you know, through chord changes you can hold, and it would maintain within the key structure. Anyhow, all the musicians, of course, crushing it. Gavin Dance is the legendary legacy band that's been on my channel at the Decomposer Lounge a couple times. But to watch him crush it live, loved every bit of it. And you're right, it was definitely important, La Cremosa. It really brings something else to it for me, because you've heard me say that 100 times, right? I love watching like gaming music if they do the orchestral cover version. And I just love watching, you know, where all the, you know, I can hear the sounds just looking for this section and stuff like that. But I love the attitude of the guitar player that was just sitting there going, yeah, I got this, man. I'm just so into this. And, you know, but matter of fact, they were all kind of chill, you know, as they were playing, just being almost as if they're enjoying the live performance without having to perform in front of people, and just kind of just get into the flow of things. So, all right. Thank you so much. And it's always good to have you here. La Cremosa. Let me take a quick look at something here. I do have to refresh my data. Next up, I have, excuse me, I'm so sorry. Lateral Lap. Lateral Lap. How are you? We're going to be doing another band. It's an indie band. And this indie band is named Fazerdaze. Fazerdaze? Is that Fazerdaze? Lateral Lap? Lateral Tap. The name of the track. God dang it. What the hell's going on? Name of the track is called Cherry Pie. Good. I'm glad you're doing well. I'm glad you're here with us. So Fazerdaze is a project by singer and songwriter Amelia Murray of New Zealand. She produced her first EP entirely from her bedroom studio. Her music combines dreamy pop and shoegaze. Ooh, I like that. What a nice combo. Because I do like shoegaze. There's quite a few shoegaze bands that make me go, digging this. This is from her upcoming album called Soft Power. So let's see what we got here. All right. Oh yeah, totally. Synth gaze. There's a lean into some original 80s style synth pop. This is so well done. I love this. Background vocals are sneaking in some like a sus2, sus4. A little bit of a U2 influence as well. That synth line is so important. Da, 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 da. Tom's in there. See if he does it again. That right there kind of gives me a little bit of a Phil Collins vibe. I'm loving this track, man. That synth line is so important, what she's doing there in her composition. A little bit of unarranging by virtue of mix muting. Excellent way to end the track. Very, very creative, very abstract. I think couple things about this is that this is kind of a the output, the mix on this kind of has this kind of fun, smoky vibe to it. And what I mean by that is it's not too glassy. You know, it really sculpted the tones where there was a nice roll off. It sounded like literally like a high pass shelf, like at 16K, that kind of sloped it a little bit from keeping it from getting a little hot on the top. I think two chords. I think it was 2 chords to the track. I'm not too sure. Loved her approach in composing. I'm assuming, and I say that because I don't know, that she also did her, you know, if she produced her own album in her own bedroom, that perhaps she probably all had hands on with this. Her vocals stayed in a pocket. Her melody stayed in a very short pocket of range. And I think that's, for me, what was so beautiful in adjacent to da 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 da. You know, the first time I'm hearing it, but it's still in my head. What a great choice of synth sounds for that. And I like the fact, Lateral Tap, that you had said that this was that kind of mix between this pop shoegaze vibe. Except obviously the shoegaze, I think, from what I understand, would have more of the guitars would be carrying that ambient kind of drive to it. But I also like that the traps that were used in the track were very dry. You know, there was, at the beginning though, the traps were sounded like they had a little bit of a reverb on it. But after everything started coming in and stuff like that, the traps stood out to be mostly the drier part of the track, so it didn't get all warbly in there. And her voice was very nice, very sultry. Loved everything about it. Loved the fact that it also had, for me, nostalgically, old fart born in the 1900s, it had that kind of 80s kind of run to it as well. Somebody put in another one that said it sounded a little bit like another composer's kind of synth sound. I forgot it somewhere up there on the excuse me, on the chat. But love the track. I thought it was great. It was fantastic. And this was just released a month ago, so congratulations to Fazerdaze. I don't know what her real name is, but all success to her. This one's already got 100,000 views, so all right. Oh my gosh, she's playing at the Wiltern in Los Angeles on Thursday, which is funny because I know the Wiltern. When I was a young metalhead, I'd slip in there and make havoc. Okay, next up. I'm still going, guys. I'm going until I'm not going. Park Pal, what is going on? How are you, Park Pal? How you been? Oh my goodness, I got so many little donos in here. I won't be able to get them all, guys. You know how that works, right? Park Pal, Spirit of the West is the name of the band, I think. And the name of the track is Home for Rest. Park Pal says, simply play this at any wedding party, etc., and watch every Canadian millennial Gen X reveal themselves. Exactly how? Do you have to have a little alcohol in the system? This was released in 1990 and a classic ever since. All right, so this is the song Home for Rest by Spirit of the West. Okay, here we go.
You'll have to excuse me, I'm not at my best. I've been gone for a month, I've been drunk since I left. These so-called
Was that the popping open of a beer can?
vacations will soon be my death. I'm so sick from the drink, I need home for
I love the flute instrument sound as an accompaniment.
We arrived in December and London was cold. We stayed in the bars along Charing Cross Road. We never saw nothing but brass taps and oak. Kept a shine on the bar with the sleeves of our coats. You'll have to excuse me, I'm not at my best. I've been gone for a week, I've been drunk since I left. And these so-called vacations will soon be my death. I'm so sick from the drink, I need home for a rest. Take me home.
What a great vibe on this track.
In the vacation vacations will soon be my death. I'm so sick from the drink, I need home for a rest. Take me home.
It's kind of odd. It's got like this little Scottish fusion. Or Irish, I'm sorry. Oh boy, cancellation.
By the light of the moon, she drifts through the streets. A rare old perfume, so seductive and sweet.
I love on this how the bass is staying nice and just mellow, laid back for it.
Then walk us on home and deny us around. You have to excuse me, I'm not at my best. I've been gone for a month. I've been drunk since I left. And these so-called vacations will soon be my death. I'm so sick from the drink. I need home for a rest. Take me home.
It's this section here that brings that vibe out of me.
Here's empty, it's down past the
Of course, hearing the accordion holding down the...
jumps in the room. I'm knackered again. Come on, sleep, take me soon. And don't lift up
Who's the
my
guitar
head.
player's crashing? Killing it.
You have to excuse me, I'm not at my best. I've been gone for a month. I've been drunk since I left. And these so-called
Same area of the
vacations
pond.
will soon be my death. I'm so sick from the drink. I need home for a rest. Take me
Ooh, it sounds phenomenal, that flute playing. And I don't know what type of wind instrument that is, but... Listen to that cab sound of the bass, too. The bass. Walking around. A fife, yes, thank you. The bass has been walking this whole time. Slick ending. That was a killer track, and now I guess it does have some kind of. Let me see if I get there. Somebody right here, right? Some kind of significance in Canada, as you said in your messaging and stuff. Music-wise, though, with all of that going on there, actually, I love the fact that the bass was just boom, 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 dun, 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 or whatever the bass line was. You know, he could have been stepping it up into the eighths and stuff and doing all that, but actually that was really important that he was really square on the one on a lot of stuff there and kind of kept it nice and simple. I love that part of it. I don't know, and please help me, because I'm asking, if this was more of an Irish jig style composition, or like I said, I said Scottish. I don't know if I meant Irish. I just realized that my essence kind of was, or Celtic punk, you guys say? Yeah, okay. Hey, Aman. So I don't know exactly, but I loved every bit of it. I mean, the energy of it, the authenticity, the family vibe of it, the cultural aspect of that whole track was great. But I love the reed or the flute instruments that were playing there. You know, the fife, it sounded like it could have been, or the other one, the original one, I don't know what that was. Remember, guys, I'm not an ethnomusicologist. I'm just an old fart composer. So I only know just enough to get me through pop culture music when it comes to cultural instruments. So I always make mistakes. I lean on you guys to help me out, you know, with that kind of stuff. So, but Park Pal, that was killer. So it's a dance floor sing along. Yeah, it just totally, without a doubt. I can see how you said in the thing. It goes, once that starts playing, everyone's getting up and about, you know, and dancing around. Even if it's the one-time song in a set, it's almost like, ooh, here it is. Let's go. So, all right, who's next? Let me check this. Man, I have got just such a lots of donos here. Okay, just so you guys know, I know there's a few new people here that are donoing in. If I don't get to your dono during this session, it's an automatic for the next session. Or if I have an abundance, what I will do is an offline session, which means I'm still doing something like this, except it's not with the Twitch community. It's like I just grab a shot of whiskey and stuff, and I sit here in the studio and dive into it. So also don't forget, and also I just had somebody punch up my VODs over there. You can sign up on that VOD channel, and if you've missed anything, just in case I did it when I came back the next day, you weren't around, I always cut it loose on the VOD channel on YouTube within a couple days. All right, let's continue on. Oh, you know who's up next? Come on, let's hear it for the kebab seller. I love that. He comes in every time I'm done with a stream, and let's just say I even wiped out all the donos. Within 2 or 3 hours, he's already in for the next one. Even though he's not here for us because of where he is in the world and what he does catch up to us on YouTube. So let's go for the kebab seller. And let's see what we got here. Okay, this looks like it's a game, or is it not? It's an anime called One Piece. I have done One Piece. That's the thing about kebab, Senior Kebab. When you get on a run of things, you like to go ahead and pull quite a bit from a series of one thing that you enjoy listening to. That makes it really fun for me as well. So this song is called Woonan and the Stone Storage Room. His message is, this plays in times of perseverance, hardship, and sorrow. Oh my God. Sorrow. Sour sorrow. This is probably going to be my last One Piece track for now. Oh, you see? I told you. All right. Well, kebab seller, let's all do this together. All right. Very somber Death March vibe. We're walking into something very doom gloomy, like into certain death. Very nice. That reed section. I love it. Something spooky's happening here with the trem strings. Yes, Debussy. Yes, exactly. Because it has that march to it. It has that subtle, little bit of a Bartok vibe as well. Small section, though. This is a beautiful piece. I think Judgment was saying, if I'm correct, this is a legacy piece of music for the anime. Small section. And what I mean by that is it wasn't, a glorious orchestral size performance. And I think, or it could have been recorded during a session. There could have been a full orchestra there, but then the arranger, composer, orchestrator on this particular piece toned it down. And I think that probably has to do with the darkness and the intimacy of maybe one person marching off to some kind of very difficult task. I don't know where this was played, the kebab seller. I don't know where this was played in the anime, but it definitely has that kind of march to your death, slow pulse to it, you know, or march to something very intense that was about to happen. The callbacks between the two melodies and the reed sections and stuff, love that. You know how I am about that. I'm a big, you know, it's just that thing. I just get so mesmerized by listening to other composers having that conversation, and that's what it really is, right? When you're writing music like this, you're actually having a conversation within a conversation. There's answer backs between sections and tones and violins and moods and dynamics. The journey with the One Piece anime has been just phenomenal. It is anime, right? Or did I say peanut butter? Was it anime? Did I just blow it? Kebab seller? Guys, was this an anime, right? Okay, good. Because it felt like that. It's happening, guys. It's happening. They say at my age is the age where men start to fall apart. You know, at 63, they start to say, ooh, this is when you can, this will, and this is a little bit, and I try to like not, I'm like, la, 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 don't tell me, I don't want to know, but sometimes I feel, it could be in the peanut butter, it could be throwing me off as well. You know? What are we going to do? Yes, that is my brain right now, crossface. Hey, Snows in Austria, how are you? Okay. Kairu. Where are you, Kairu? Bum, 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 bum. Kairu wants us to do a song from Undertale. There he is. And this is a cover by string player gamer Lionmight. So that I don't know what the name of the song is, but it is a cover. Oh no, you did put it there. I'm sorry, my bad. Bergentrückung, Fruken, Blacken, Flocken, Schuken. Bergentrückung. Just leave it at that. This guy does a lot of excellent covers. This is a boss theme. All right, guys, I look forward to this. And he's a violinist. Let's see what he brings in his chops. That's why I like Kairu. That's why I like watching videos when I'm listening. Helps me fill in the whole experience. Are the horns have to do with the character by chance? Is that why he's wearing them? Oh, he's mimicking the character. Is that Kairu? Is that like the motif? The bass is cooking. The violin just has kind of like a lo-fi vibe to it. I love how the violin gives it a folk vibe. I don't know who's doing the bass. If he's doing the bass, he's killing it. Well done. This guy killed it, Kairu. Once again, you know, now we've watched already quite a few musicians that are one-off players that do covers of video games and stuff like that and show off extraordinary skills. You know, a percentage of the time, I am a little bit of a bass fanatic. I just don't know why. That's where my everything about my music listening experience, not so much so my composing, but listening experiences, I just pull in for the bass. And not all bass obviously is played by bass player, you know, or the musician or the composer playing it up. You know, even if they're playing a bass sound with their left hand or something like that, you still have to have a unique knowledge to sell it. You know, you can tell the difference between maybe somebody's not, you know, a bass player that does a bass line and stuff like that. And like Lena Raines, for instance, you know, she's a great, outstanding example of that, because this last track I did of hers, I was just all over her bass. I never heard any of her music in the past that emphasized that kind of bass work. And here we're watching him, you know, with the violin and the background vocals and everything, yet that bass was just frying in the back. Really well done. Also the fact that when he was doing his choral overdubs, that I really had to listen for him. Like, he did not bring that up there. He used that as a very minimal support system for what was going on. But yeah, thanks for bringing that in there. You guys know I love live performances, you know, so whenever I see this, I can A-B this very easily. It makes it fun for me. Make it fun for me, God dang it, make it fun for me. Okay. Mary had a little lamb. Doctor was surprised. The Retro Gamer. Boop-a-da-boop-boop-boo. Retro Gamer in the house. Let's see what Retro Gamer wants. Retro Gamer wants... Oh. Stargate. This one, the band is Blood Incantation. The song is The Stardate. Ha! The Stargate. A new band I just found that just released a new CD and music video. I don't want to give too much away, so having you go in blind into this one, just like I did. What I love about doing this, Retro Gamer. Let's see what this is. Let's go.
Why not? How many worlds are there in the universe? Billions, perhaps billions. True, they're billions of light years away. But perhaps a form of light like this doesn't have the same concept of time as we do. It stays inactive, passive, as long as it's in the absolute freezing temperature of sidereal space. Then, once it falls into an atmosphere like ours, the seeds germinate, the eggs grow.
If you're talking about cells wandering out of infinity, they have one
This is like a mindfulness session before the heaviness comes in.
That's practically
I love this.
unless they come from much closer away. Of course.
God, it's such a great sensation, this kind of ambiance and stuff. Oh, wait a second. Sorry. You're saying that it started... Okay, stand by. I'm sorry. I got to stop it. Oh, it came in right there. I see. Was that where it was supposed to? I'm sorry, my bad. I can my show. I can stop it anytime I want. So retro is. Do you want me to start where it started, or do you want me to start at the beginning? I'm sorry, I may have lost a little bit of that. Oh, okay, start at the beginning. Okay, here we go. All right, guys, this is a long listen. After this, I'm going to take a short break. We're going to come back and do some Wheel of Cheese. But let's listen to this. Now it's at the beginning. Let's go. Oh, yeah, completely different. Do they have two drummers? Did we do this? Okay, sorry, gotta stop. Retro Gamer, we did this. Yes, I did do this in the last stream. That's okay. You didn't know. You didn't know. I did this. So you know what you can do for me is you still send in to the form the song you want me to do, another one, obviously. I'm gonna move on to another one right now, and then I'll get the next song you want in there, since you did come in and don't know and stuff. So, okay, that's okay. Let's go. Let me hit something else here. Let's go with It Snows in Australia. Irk. Stand by for a second here. So, hang on for a second. My form is a little messy. This here is called, the band is called the English Beat. Oh, I remember the English Beat. Let's do March of the Swivel Heads. This is from It Snows in Australia. Guys ready? Can we do that? Snows, are you in the house? I could have swore I saw you earlier. Let's go. God, this is so nostalgic, so cool. Listen to that old school recording too. Listen to that short plate reverb on the snare. A little bit of a police vibe also as well. But it's very nostalgic. That caught me off guard. I was looking around, drawing my drain. The bass Wasn't this band that did that song? What was their really big hit? What was their super big hit? You know, I love the sound of it. I mean, I love the fact that it was an instrumental because it really got our grinding up and going and stuff. But you know, the thing is that for me, it had a little bit of the Prince vibe, Police vibe. Definitely had that ska kind of thing as well, ska punk. But didn't they do, what was the name of the song they had vocals on? Was it them? I don't know. I'm trying to. There's this one song. Oh, gosh, dang it. Oh, man. Frick. I can't remember that track, but it was. I believe it was by the same track. Oh, man, but I love this. I love this so much because I also love tracks that are in between songs and stuff like that that are just instrumental, just so you can just bop to. Let your head write the lyrics, you know. Let me. I gotta find this out. The retro modern gamer. Okay, I see that. Let me handle that, and I'll do that next. Hang on for a second. Mirror in the Bathroom. That's the one. Fuck, I love that song. That's what it was. Mirror in the Bathroom, right? Let me make sure. Come on, guys. This was badass. I'm playing this off the cuff here. I don't even... Okay, I was off, but this is what I was thinking about. I love the subtle background vocal on that. Spring reverb on that clave note, or whatever that is. What year was this released? Somebody help me. Melody kicks ass. You know. And I don't know if they doubled the vocals or they sidechained a slap delay on it. It sounds great. 1980, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I love how the side stick sounds like it's a spring reverb. Or it is, actually. That clean chorus is sounding like a guitar, too.
the bathroom. Mirror in the bathroom. Mirror in the bathroom. Mirror in the bathroom.
Yeah, that's the thing about that Judgment, what you were saying about that, and to also kind of lean forward a little bit, you know, took this a step, you know, from Snows in Australia's request, is that that simplicity is intoxicating. And the Police used to do that too. I think there were one or two tracks in Zenyatta Magada Bafala or Regata Mambuda. I can't remember them. But they always had a track in there that was just locking into the groove and stuff. You know? Where you would just hear Sting go, cha, cha. You know, they just got into this sick groove. I mean, but you have to have that blend of musicians, you know, like, you know, Stewart and, you know, Sting. And I forgot the guitar player's name, my bad. Just that magic, you know. And this is one of those things where the track is just cooking as it is. And just let it marinate as it is. But that melody that was sung so many times, or that the consistency of the melody of this, it was like the whole da 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 da, whatever the melody just was always, that was it. That was the whole hook. The song was an absolute hook from top to bottom, and that's what I loved about this, and nostalgically brings it back, especially the engineering. That was Andy Summers, thank you. Especially the engineering. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. Okay, I'm gonna look for the Retro Modern Gamers track here. I must find it. Where is it? Stand by. Hey, how come I can't find it? Did you put it back on the forum, my friend? Or did you enter a new? It's on the Dono forum. Okay, stand by. Oh, you know what may have happened? Yeah, let me refresh the whole page. But you know what? When I actually play the track, which I thought it was the track and whatever, I hit a delete. I don't know if I can go into. Just stand by for 1 second. Yeah, I don't know. Snake. I don't know why I can't see it here. Could you do me a favor and take a peek for me for the Retro Modern Gamers track? I will wait for a second here. I'm just curious why. I did refresh it twice. Stand by, everybody. It's a T. Or are you maybe? Wait, did you want? Is it Emperor? It's on the shore by. Okay. I don't know why I can't find it for the life of me. Okay, for the frickin' life of me, I don't. Okay, stand by. I figured this out. Boop-a-doo-ba-doo-boo-boo. Just I'm talking bubbles to myself while I go through old man techie stuffs. Jesus, I don't know why I'm not. Okay. Just YouTube The Shore by. Okay, that's what I'm doing. By HS. There it is. I see it. Okay. Wow, sorry about that. Okay, let's do this. Finally. This what track I'm playing is going to be by the band Ihsahn, and the name of the track is On the Shores. Metal saxophone. Great feel with the drummer right there. Progressive black metal. Oh, that saxophone is so... pulls such the ugliness and the darkness from the soul, the tone, and the way it's being played. Wow, nice vocals there. Super stacked. The vocals are so beautiful. They're very Queen-like. Get in there. I love the bass. I love that. This has really deep roots in the, like, I mean, is this like, this is black metal, isn't it? vibrant orchestral work in the background or that. Ooh, that drummer. Listen to a lot of Neil Peart. It's a little bit of a Satriani vibe here. I don't know why. There's that one track that does something similar to this. Nice change. Now listen to the ghost notes on the snare. If you can pull it. Damn. That last 2 minutes was so abysmally beautiful. Any way to say it? It was pulling the darkness just constantly, just keeping you just from getting yourself out of that vibe. But the textures of the saxophone playing kind of keeps you like entwined in the darkness and the heaviness of what they were playing. Now, there was really black metal, stuff happening early on, but this breakaway angle that at the end here with being just some more leaning into just more of the heaviness with using some of the ambient. There's arrangement back there that's going on. I don't know if there was a keyboard involved or what, if this was a one-time overdub or something like that, but there was something way in the back that still felt like, and I did call it when I was listening to the track at first, when I said, oh, it's got kind of this hybrid orchestral kind of vibe going on behind it, there was a little something that was sitting behind those two chord changes in the last minute and a half to 2 minutes as the saxophone was just kind of slowly digging away at your soul. That's what it just kind of felt like. But the chord changes and the way they were letting the notes ring out and that ambient pad in the back just kept you into the grind and stuff. The drummer was crushing it. There's a lot of stuff that was going on there with the drums. In the back, I love some of the ghost work that was going on with the snare. But there was a lot of big kind of Neil Peart, Rush-style fills that also went in there that were also just kind of nostalgic for me. Kick-ass band, though. I'm sorry it took so long to get to it after everything we were doing. Okay. Sorry.